Hi everybody, 01 of 1 here. Just showing you a quick update. In my last video I said that I had to pretty much destroy everything and rebuild. So I've kind of done that. You see that the orientation of things is a lot different now. This is the RAM, these are the X, Y, and Z registers, this is the instructions for the instruction sets. This is the timer, and this is the program counter. As you can see, I've got the timer currently doing stuff, so that's kind of cool. You'll see that some of it is going to the program timer, or the program counter, and some of it's going off that way. Yeah, I guess I'll give you a quick tour. So just so you know, everything is working right now, but because that is actually cloning right now, I don't want to put stuff. Well, I mean, I guess it's not really counting, so well, we'll do it. Oh, and then I also put in these nice little teleporting pads, just so that we can get from corner to corner a lot faster. Quick, there we go. So this is the propagation delay. It's pretty quick. I have this set to a replace command, so that's why I didn't fill in that block. So go ahead and do that, and then you'll see that the turning off and the turning on takes the same amount of time now. And then each of these legs is 200 blocks long, so going around the whole thing is about 800 blocks. Let's see, turning off, still pretty fast. Just as fast turning on, so that's good. We'll head back over here. Okay. RAM, pretty much the same. Haven't done any, haven't made any changes with this. Still 64 bytes. Addressing hasn't changed. This has changed a little bit, but not that much. I got rid of the space in between here, and you notice that there isn't a repeater under there anymore. And the reason for that, and it's kind of a jungle under here. Alright. So the reason for that, where am I? I'm over here. Okay. So as soon as one of these detects a change over here, like when this gold block turns to redstone, it operates this command block here as well as doing the stuff down here. These are the ones that I showed you over there to make stuff kind of move around. And all this is doing is each of these is going to set sandstone underneath the first command blocks here to redstone. So that way I don't need the repeater. It's a little faster and it saves space. Okay. Alright. The registers here, orientation is different, but functionality is still the same. Comes off of the bus up there, goes down into each of these. This is the instruction register addressing right here. And then this is like how I had it over there, and I said that a block changes to redstone underneath the first command block. That's kind of what this is right here. So this first set here is what changes. This right here is the write command for the instruction. So basically when this thing hits this, it takes whatever is currently on here, puts it down onto here, and then all the command blocks that are underneath this right here sets this all down there. And then each of these, imagine these as lines going this way, not this way, but up and down this way. So each of these are going to go to some sort of place somewhere, just like these ones here are going to go somewhere. So these right here, these 6, will go over here somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. And then these 3 over here, these are going to be the. Remember how I said that in order to make the instructions work properly, you need to have them do like stuff sequentially, right? So that's what this is doing. So this will tell it to do the first instruction here, and then it'll tell it to do the second instruction of the set here, and then it'll tell it to do the third instruction of the set here. And so each instruction set will have up to 3 different, instructions. And then each of those instructions will go onto one of these lines. So let's say that we wanted to run this one, and this one. Then on the first one, it would activate this line here, which would then go to whatever it needs to go to. then this one, and then this one. And then I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but basically these are going to go kind of up in the air over the top of these things, and then I'm thinking like I might like drop it down onto like something in here, which will then create an AND gate, so that way when this instruction set is active, and we get the pulse in there, then it'll send out a signal onto here and then do whatever operation it has to do. Okay. And then something else I want to show you. I want to try to make this video quick because it is kind of late and I have to get up early for work. Okay. So I modified my timing circuit. So this is one wide right here, and then these command blocks here actually aren't part of it, but they are doing stuff with the rest of this. So pistonless hopper timer with command blocks. The commands are really simple and they're the exact same on either side. It's just one is negative, one is positive. So set block 2, you're gonna have to figure out like which direction that you have to set. But this one will set 2 over, so it'll set this to a redstone block, and then it'll also change this one, which is the next one over. So 1, 2, it'll change this one to air. So when this goes through, this will be redstone, this will be air, and then the opposite. This one will change this to redstone and this to air. So basically just switches back and forth. Yeah, but as you can see, it's the same command, just one's negative, one isn't. So hoppers, you set them up, put a block here, put a repeater here, put a normal block here. Once again, this command block here is for this stuff here. And then put a torch on top of that block, and then the torch powers this stuff. So that way when this thing turns off, that's when these activate and switch over, and that's how you get the whole thing to work. And then, if you're interested in the sequential part of it, I found something out. It seems that when you do a fill command, it doesn't just like plop everything down like at the same time, it does it sequentially. So it's like brrr, like down the line. And because of that, with the way that this is set up, if you put it with these things counting one way, it'll work. But if you do it the other way, it won't. So I had set it up this way first, and then I was thinking about it, it's like, well, maybe I should set it up the other way. So then I set it up the other way, and for that you just have to change the commands in these two. I mean, these two rows, so all of those command blocks, and then all of these ones under there as well. And then and then it'll go the other way. But if you have this going the wrong way, what's going to happen is they'll all light up, and then this one will turn on, and then they'll all light up again, and then this one will turn on, and it'll do the same thing over and over, and it'll just like goes between these two, and all of these other ones just light up and turn off right away. So careful how you have this set up if you do decide to use it. I think I've shown you how it all works, but I don't know, we don't have time. This right here, this block is a special block, so it's pulling off of when this gets filled, it goes through here a tick later. And then what this is doing is it's taking everything up here and it's cloning it directly under these command blocks here. And then what I have set up underneath is these sets of command blocks here. And then so you can't really see it, but yeah. So like watch that one change. And so all that's doing is it's just cloning. And then that's how I get this to go with all this stuff underneath. And how do I get all this to go here? I put these little quartz stairs that kind of show you like what, line is going to what line going this way, because having them all together like this is kind of confusing. But, I mean, I don't know if I need it or not. Still, it's there. It's a little more helpful. So basically how this is working is on the first tick of when you start running the, timer counter thing, it's going to go over here, and it's going to activate this line here. Now this line is this one over here, so this is the clone for the address register, so it'll take whatever's up here and puts it down here. And then basically what's going to happen is you're going to put in the first address, right? And then the first command will take that, and it'll put it onto the address register. So now the address, the register here has an address. Next thing is this one, and it's going to go up onto here as soon as we see it. Okay. Now what this is doing is it's going to increment the program counter, so that's what this box does. In order to make this actually work, I need to put a redstone dust right there, but I don't have it because I don't want this to increment right now. And then after that, I guess we can just wait for it to get there. So it does that one. And then over here, it's going to go over here. Now this replaces... oh, hold on. There's actually a couple things that are going on with this one. So that's going to go over here to this one. It's going to activate this middle block here. Now this middle block is what tells the RAM to read. So we've already got it addressed from the first clock pulse here. The second one tells us to read. So it's going to take whatever is in that RAM and put it onto the bus. So that basically just overwrites whatever I put in there. And then it's going to go and increment the counter. And then on the third pulse, it's going to take what is on the bus, put it into the program counter, and then it's... or did I already do that one? I don't know. But basically what we're doing is you put in an instruction or a location right here for where the program is supposed to start. So it goes into here, the first pulse addresses it, then it pulls it off, puts it onto the bus, takes that right there, puts it into the program counter, so that way now that first address that you start off is where the program counter is going to start. And then it's going to take that and put it over into the instruction register over there, and then that will activate whatever this is over here. So like whichever one gets activated, that will then have the first half of the AND there. And I think that's the fourth one is what puts it over onto the register. Or is it the first one? Hold on, let's watch. I think it's the first one. Yeah, it's the first one. So it puts it over onto there. And then the third, fourth, the fourth, fifth, and sixth ones are the ones that actually activate the commands over there. And so then once those commands have gone through and that instruction set is complete, then this whole thing goes through and it gets the next instruction, and then it goes through and it goes through the process of that instruction set. So, I may end up being slightly limited with, I mean, I can always expand this way, like, you know, put in another set of command blocks going this way and give me more instructions per instruction set that I can activate. But if I were to do that, then I'd have to kick all this stuff out. So right now, we'll just try it with 3. See how that works, and then if I do need to redesign it later, then it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't done I haven't moved the full adders yet. Instead of having the B register be on top of the bus, I'm actually going to run it alongside the bus, and that will just make it easier to see like what's actually being addressed. Because like if you're up high and you're looking through, I mean, you can kind of see the redstone under there, but you don't really know which one it's going to. So by putting them side by side, and you know they're going to be the width of this top one here because there's no spaces in between them anymore. Having them like this is going to save space, which is good. And then so I'll just have the B register kind of running along here, and then all of the ALU stuff will run off of both of those. And then I've got room for expansion here, so I can have, this is 16 separate instructions right here. So an instruction is one gold line that goes to one, like this one right here populates the B register, so that would be one of these. So right now I have enough for 16. Here I have enough room for an additional 16, and here I have enough room for an additional 8. So total of 40 commands, 42 if I get rid of these lapis blocks in the middle here. So I mean that should be enough to cover everything that's going to be in the processor. So I think this is coming along pretty good. Alright, so I've talked a lot, I've gone over a lot. I'm going to keep on working on this and keep giving you guys updates. And yeah. Alright, so I will call this here, and then I will see you next video. You know, the usual, like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Alright, bye!